Channel 12 Sports presents coverage of high school girls basketball. Tonight, a Northwest Suburban Conference game between the Robbinsdale Armstrong Falcons and the Osseo Orioles. From Osseo High School, John Jacobson and Ryan Iverson. Ryan, now we get into the meat of the season. You know, you're off the holiday break, the holiday tournaments that you have played in, and now it gets real now for the next couple of months until we get to section tournament time.
Yeah, I always broke the season down, John, into three parts. You have, obviously, before the new year when you're playing non-conference games, you're just kind of learning, growing. Then January 1 comes, and it's the heart of that conference season. This is the grind. This is where you measure up against the rest of the teams in your conference. And, of course, the third season is the playoffs, the postseason, which ultimately every team's trying to build into that, playing your best basketball going into March.
We saw Armstrong a couple of weeks ago on Channel 12, and Ryan, it's a young team in their top 8. They play 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores, so some girls that are learning on the job, so to speak. Some talent there, maybe just not fully developed quite yet.
You know, there's positives and negatives from being young, John, and the negatives are you're going to have a lot of turnovers, a lot of maybe poor decision making, but the positives are, like you said, you got 5 players that are 10th grade or below, so the future is really bright for Armstrong basketball, and they're all very talented. It's just a matter of getting that experience. Not only that, but physicality-wise, you're playing against girls that are 2, 3 years older. So I expect Armstrong, as the season progresses, to get more confident, and certainly in the next few years, they're going to become a force in this conference.
Former assistant coach Jen Mullen took over as head coach of Osseo this year, and they started 1-2. But boy, they have really played well lately. 6 wins in a row to come into tonight, 7-2. And on the flip side of on the opposite of how Armstrong is, a very veteran team that the Orioles bring back this year.
Yeah, and you talk about, you know, who they've played. You talk about that non-conference schedule. They lost by 2 to St. Michael Albertville, who's as good as any team in the state. So in their loss early, their first game, and coach even admitted it was my first game, and you know, everyone a little nervous, and they lost to Rogers. And but I'll tell you what, they've had a heck of a season. They have one of the most exciting players, which we'll get into, and they have a really good mix of perimeter play mixed in with post play. And I think when they play well, John, and I really mean this, I think they could beat anyone in the state.
Let's look at our key players, starting with Armstrong, one of the freshmen, Musengo Mutanda, who played somewhat as a freshman last year, as an 8th grader, I should say. As a freshman, she's leading the team in scoring.
Yeah, she's averaging, you know, right around 15 points per game. The ball will be in her hands a lot. She's not only a scorer, but she's their decision maker. She's their playmaker. So really, the whole offense is predicated on her decision making. That's a lot to handle as a freshman, but she does a fantastic job. She's got to just learn to just settle down a little bit, and she's talented enough, even against older girls, John, she could get any shot she wants. So she's got to be a little bit more disciplined, make good decisions, and they're going to be just fine.
And for Osseo, one of the best players in the state of Minnesota, senior Kiara Russell, headed to Arizona State next year.
We talk over 26 points. I feel like we've been calling her games for 3 or 4 years, and she just gets better and better, and she's averaging 5 steals. She's just electric. I was trying to think of adjectives to describe her, but she's electric. She's a gamer. She plays great in the summer against really good national competition. So we're in for a treat to get to watch her to play. Let's enjoy every minute of it.
Osseo looking to stay unbeaten in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Armstrong looking for their first win in the league on the season. We'll take a break and come back and tip this one off. Armstrong Osseo basketball on Channel 12 in a moment.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
We are closing in on tip-off for tonight's Armstrong Osseo girls basketball game. From Osseo High School, the Orioles back out of the locker room. Armstrong coming back out of the locker room as well as they get ready for tip-off tonight. Let's look at our starters for today's game. For the Armstrong Falcons, Megan Lee, a 5'9" senior. Kate Klein, a 6'1" senior. For Armstrong, Olivia Hecht, a 6-foot sophomore. Mira Wolf, a 5'6" junior. Carly Krushel, 6-foot freshman. Masenga Mutunda, a 5'5" freshman. And Latea Turman, a 5'5" senior. They're starting five. Now for Osseo, Megan Lee, 5'9" senior. Kate Klein, a 6'1" senior in the post. Azaria Reed, a 5'10" junior. Kiara Russell, a 5'8" senior. And Michaela Hamola, a 5'7" junior. Two of the names you won't see there for Osseo, but we'll see some playing time likely tonight for certain. Ari Jones has been out the last 4 games with an injury. She is a senior guard and a veteran on this team, Ryan. And also Lamia Ntutwe, who's a senior who tore a patella tendon in the offseason, has not played a game yet. Saw some limited minutes in the JV game, and Coach Bowen thought she might see some varsity action tonight. And she's been a varsity sub the last couple of years, so great when you get some post-step. Ari Jones, obviously one of your regular. You're able to win without those 2 girls to this point, and now you get them back and work them back into the lineup.
Well, no, it's a huge addition. And when I talk too about balance with Osseo, you know, you balance perimeter, balance inside out, but they got multiple guards that can break you off the dribble. They got good post moves. They can score. They can beat you in a variety of ways. And that, at high school, John, that's when the team is really hard to beat, because they can adapt to whatever style you play. And you look at Armstrong. Armstrong's got a lot of that youth that we talked about, a lot of talent. I think they're going to have a hard time scoring enough points to keep up with this Osseo team. And the other thing, too, starting some 9th graders at the guard position, Osseo averages 15 steals per game. So you know they're going to be pressuring Armstrong, and if Armstrong can take care of that basketball, get into the flow of their offense, that's going to be a big help for him.
Osseo, one of the teams unbeaten in Northwest Suburban Conference play. As you look at the West Division, Trentino Grace and Osseo both 3-0 in conference games. Park Center at 2-1, a game back, and then Maple Grove, Armstrong, Spring Lake Park, and Irondale all still winless in conference games. Armstrong will host Irondale this coming Friday. And on the north side, very good talent, Elk River and Champlin Park. Osseo will play Champlin Park this Thursday here at Osseo. Then Centennial game back of them, Anoka Plain, Andover, and Coon Rapids rounding out the north.
Yeah, we got a chance to do the Elk River and Champlin Park girls games last week, and a lot of talent in this conference, no doubt about it.
That Elk River Park Center game was a terrific game.
Yes, oh gosh, that was a fun one.
Summer Blakemore with a 3 to win that one for the Pirates. We are going to take a break, and then we will be back and tip this one off. Armstrong and Osseo girls basketball at 12 Sports in a moment.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather. Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark. We're just playing. We're just playing on trying to get you out of here.
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision-making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Good one, son.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing. Wow!
I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark. That was awesome! 3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
With Ryan Iverson, I'm John Jacobson. Welcome back to Osseo Senior High as the teams get ready to be introduced out on the court. Osseo, as we mentioned in the pregame, Ryan, riding a 6-game winning streak. Seem to be kind of coming into their own right now. For Armstrong, tonight, they're going to have to find a way to outscore Osseo, obviously, to win, but where are those points going to come from?
That's the big question, and I think, Mutanda obviously needs to be aggressive. I'd like to see her mindset right from the start to attack and not be intimidated. Sometimes as a youngster, too, you're intimidated by players that are going to, high-level Division I. She's got to come out with nothing to lose and just give it to her, and she's got to be aggressive. I think the Falcon team really feeds off her being aggressive, and other players, role players, are going to have to step up. They're going to need a couple players in double figures, I think, to match the scoring output for Osseo.
See Kate Klein, a senior, who's gotten more minutes in the post in part, they've had to shift around with Jones out and then Chetway not coming back yet until tonight, but done a nice job for them. There's a look at Antoine Easley, 11th year head coach, brought the Falcons to the state tournament in his first season. Won 10 games a year ago, and so far 3-4 overall on the season. Jen Bowen on the right there, first-year head coach, former assistant coach. Eric Ruska still on the staff there, on the right in the orange, also on staff. And so it's nice to have that continuity coming from last year, even if she wasn't the head coach. Certainly has her own ideas on how she wants to run things, but the girls all know a little bit about her, which makes a big difference.
I do. I think that's a huge benefit than hiring someone outside a newcomer to the area, just from a simple fact of she knows the girls, she knows how to get through to them, how to motivate them, and very fortunate. She's inheriting a heck of a team in her first year, a lot of talent, and to get back to Kate Klein that you pointed out, she's 6'2" center. I think she's really important if she can be aggressive offensively, because a lot of times she's going to take the tallest defender on the opposing team, and that's going to free up Azaria Reed to potentially work against maybe a smaller girl where she's really effective. So interesting to see how Kate Klein comes out. I know they want her to be aggressive, especially down low.
Armstrong with some good size. Olivia Hecht, 6-foot sophomore. Polly Kreschel, 6-foot freshman. Yep. So they've got some height that they haven't always had in years past. And they win the opening tap, and we are underway. Sherman to Muntundo as Armstrong into its first offensive set of the game. To work it to the right wing and then back out high to Hecht. Couple of dribbles and then to the left corner. Baseline drive. Kreschel up with a shot. Back iron wouldn't go. Rebounded. Kreschel will get it again. Again, go baseline. A little reverse and scores.
What a move. I love Kreschel coming out right from the get-go. Aggressive. She had a nice move. Missed it. They got good patience. You see how they controlled the pace there? They had a couple of nice ball reversals. Able
nice
to score.
Backdoor play. Russell on the assist from Megan Lee. And they tie it right back up.
Yeah, set play, too. I like that. I'll tell you, Kiara Russell is so good at scoring. There's a turnover. You can't give her those easy ones. You got to try to make a girl like that earn her points.
Steal by Klein. Russell misses the shot here. Rotunda rebounds. And then as fouled, she came up the sideline. Look at her first foul of the game. Will come against Kiara Russell.
Yep, there's a look at it. Again, going against a younger defender. Nice set play. You always got to keep in mind, you got to keep that defender above the ball. You don't want to overplay and give easy baskets to a scorer, especially that early, because then they get into that rhythm. They start feeling really comfortable, and that's not a good thing for opposing teams.
Hecht puts the ball on the floor. Jump shot. Mira Wolf shot, wouldn't go. Osseo getting it back. Now trailing 4-2. Hamola, a little runner in the lane up and in.
Yeah, and she's primarily a spot-up shooter, and that time she got a nice quick move off the dribble, able to get right down the lane. And again, when you got some good scores, it allows the defense, they don't want to leave Kiara Russell. It opens up driving lanes. Excellent job.
Tough shot for Heck, wouldn't go. Russell gets herself free, drives a little too strong. Out of bounds and off of Armstrong. Wolf contending that she hadn't touched it wasn't out of bounds. Now the officials are going to confer.
And that play right there should serve for anyone that's watching. You don't give up on a play. That time the defender, I didn't see who it was for Armstrong, sprinted back, contested that shot, and forced a miss. So excellent hustle by Armstrong as they get a steal on the underneath out of bounds.
Tondo with the steal. She'll take it to the basket here. Scoop shot wouldn't go. Klein rebounds. Outlets to Russell.
Heck of a move by Mutunda. That's a move. She's just got to take her time and finish it. You can see she's got all the skills, all the tools to get good looks. She's just got to knock them down.
Russell from 15, back iron, no. Offensive rebound by Lee. Ball knocked to the baseline and picked up by Sherman. Lead pass ahead to Heck for the layup, up and in. And 6-4, Armstrong leads. Three different players have scored for the Falcons. Reed outside three, spins around, not good. Follow up and in by Klein, and she's fouled.
And that's what they need from her to be a complete team. They need her. They're not going to run a lot of set plays for Kate Klein, but this is exactly, watch her work down low. That's just all hustle, using her height, takes the contact and finishes. If she can give them 3, 4, 5 of those in a game, that really helps this Osseo offense. I'll tell you so far, John, I love how Armstrong, not only are they handling the pressure, but they're actually being the aggressive ones. They're attacking the basket. They got an easy break and transition there. And that's how you got to play. And you soften a defense like that up. And so far, I think Armstrong, very, very good job of handling this pressure.
Kreschel up and under, wow. Reed and scores.
Well, I think Kreschel came into this game knowing she was going to be aggressive, and she has certainly done that from the first possession of the game to right there. She's got 4 nice points.
Driving shot, and they get a charge whistled against Michaela Hamola.
That's just great team defense. You get beat baseline, you practice it every day. Defensive rotations, the weak side girl comes down, gets her feet set, cuts that baseline off, and takes a charge. Excellent, excellent defense by Armstrong.
Mina Port, 5'7" junior, number 22, now in for Osseo, replacing Reed. Skip pass across, open three in the quarter, missed long by Wolf. Offensive rebound by Heck. Mutunda fakes the three, drives and scores.
When you can see just a little taste of her athleticism, beautiful shot fake, able to split the defenders, and that time she finished it. She had a move like that a couple possessions ago that I thought she rushed. That time, excellent finish. You couldn't have drawn up a better start here for the Falcons, John.
Klein will hand off. Hamola drives and scores.
Well, they're using those high posts as a kind of a point of entry into their offense. We saw a backdoor out of it. That time, just a simple dribble, or excuse me, just a handoff. Defense is going to have to back off a little bit, force Osseo to make jump shots from the outside.
Heck to the basket and fouled by Klein. I like the way Armstrong, they're just attacking the basketball, being very aggressive here.
Yep, and you got nothing to lose. You know, and I love that mindset, especially with these young kids. You're coming out aggressive, so you get your confidence going. And I'll tell you, I teach this all the time. If someone's pressuring you, the best way to get them off you is to go by them. They come up on you, blow right by them. And so far, Armstrong being very aggressive. And that time get rewarded by going to the basket with a trip to the free throw line. You know, free throw shooting was an issue for the Falcons the first game that we had here on Channel 12. And let's see if it can be a little bit different tonight, if they can knock them down.
Lati Agumbiati in for Osseo. Shooter violation, I believe, on that second free throw. And now we're going to have officials come over and check something at the scorer's table before we come back. I thought they'd waved that second one off, Ryan, although it's on the scoreboard it's still listed as a point for Armstrong.
What they're getting right, they just called a technical foul. And I don't know, I think it's something to do with the scorebook, whether or not Ash Patterson just checked in the game, whether they didn't have her in the official scorebook or what that is. But there was a technical foul called on Armstrong. And that's going to send Hamolo to the free throw line.
Missed on the first one more coming. So, what's in the official book is what counts. If a player checks in, doesn't have it.
And they're going to wave it off. A little misconfusion, but they got it right. Got a free practice free throw in for Mola. And they did count that last free throw, so it is 12 to 9. Oh, there you go.
And a steal by Mutunda, and she's fouled.
Well, Mutunda's that time picking up the ball instead of guarding Russell. She picks up Hamola and able to just anticipate. And I love what she did right there, John. She got the steal and she went right up. And the only thing Osseo had to do was stay. The only thing they could do was to foul and make her earn it at the free throw line. And so far, Armstrong really knocking their free throws down. Love the energy. Love the way Armstrong is executing right now.
So a 5-point Armstrong lead here. They put on the press after the made free throws. Hamola almost lost in the backcourt. Now we'll bring it up against Mutunda into the front court.
Yeah, interestingly, defensively, putting Mutunda on Hamolo rather than Russell.
Steal by Armstrong. Lead pass ahead to Turman. Glass and good. Nice assist from Tiana James. Timeout, Osseo.
Well, just great pressure defense the whole way up the floor. And an excellent job just playing the passing lanes by Kerschel. She able to knock it away. And then I love the finish here. Turman, just a nice 1-2 dribble, uses the backboard. Excellent start for the Falcons.
Yeah, I watched part of the game that you and Joe Moline did against Ticino Grace about 3 weeks ago. They didn't shoot well at all in that first half. They went a long stretch without scoring. A completely different Falcons team we're seeing here tonight, more aggressive. Not really hitting from the out, not really shooting from the outside. They're able to get penetration and get to the basket.
You take what the defense has given you. And Osseo, we talked about being a pressure defense, wanting to get steals, run in transition. And really Armstrong using that pressure defense to their advantage, able to go right by the defender, able to get easy looks. And I love what they're doing defensively too. They're bringing the pressure and they're forcing steals. So just a really nice game plan here to start the game.
Mina Port on the drive is fouled. So they whistled against Wolf. That'll be her second.
You know, that's one thing Armstrong can't afford is to get into foul trouble. They just don't quite have the depth, I think, to battle Osseo if they lose a couple of their key players to foul trouble.
Ari Jones has checked in for Osseo. Has been out with an injury the last 4 games. She's definitely an important part of this Osseo team, and good for the Orioles to see her back in the lineup here, coming off the bench, and feeds the pass here to Russell, who scores.
What a great move. She used her right hand on the baseline, used her body. She's not overly big, but she's just really got a high basketball IQ, and nice touch you can see with the right hand.
Kerschel spinning into the lane, drew some traffic off for Patterson, and as Patterson knocks it down.
Well, I don't think you could have defended that any better, John. Great defense. Kerschel just stuck with it, able to get it over to Ash Patterson. She knocks it down.
Klein will hand it off to Jones. Back to Klein for Russell, and she'll back it out. Orioles trailing by 7. Not even 6 minutes in. Russell high arcing three. Back iron won't go. Rebounded by James. Armstrong back in and finish at the end by Kerschel. She's got 6 points again. Another transition basket for the Falcons. Port in traffic. Blocking fall is going to be whistled in on Wolf. That'll be her third.
Yeah, watch this. Here's a nice job defending that ball screen. A high arcing jump shot. And watch Armstrong force the tempo here, throw it up. What I love about that Kershaw, you know how hard that is to catch it over your head, not quite sure where you are. She didn't take a dribble either. She kept going full speed and able to lay it in head on. That's not an easy play to make. But Kershaw's come out. She looks like a completely different player than she did a few weeks ago when we saw her. Very aggressive, and Armstrong really feeding her and feeding off of it as well.
Wotanda and Hecht back into the Armstrong lineup. Wolf's going to have to sit the rest of the half with the foul trouble now. Port hits the second free throw. 20-12. Just under 12 minutes to play in the first half. Wotanda off for Patterson. Determined. Driving. And she'll go to the line for two.
And again, John, everything going to the basket with Armstrong. They are not settling for jumpers. They're penetrating. If it's not there, they're kicking it out, and then re-penetration. That's hard offense to guard when you got that kind of pressure constantly attacking the basket, because you're forced to help and recover, and eventually you're going to get worn out, and you're going to be able to find an open lane and get to the basket.
Terman to the line. Second leading scorer at 7.4 points per game. 63% free throw shooter on the season. Second one is good. Falcons by 9.
You know, and this is at a point, too, where you want to see Kiara Russell maybe really demand the basketball. Sensing that her team's down, they're off to a slow start.
There you go.
She gets the ball and attacks. That's what great players do. They just have a sense, hey, now it's time to be aggressive, maybe even be a little selfish. There's no one on the court that can guard her. You know, and sometimes you want your star player to just say, hey, I'm going to take this game over, get us back in the game, and then we can go back to doing our game plan.
James Patterson hands it off to Terman, knocked away by Jones, but Armstrong retains possession. Terman driving and called for a travel.
She just needed to either pull up there or take one more dribble. It was the right idea. Again, you see Osseo's pressure all the way out to half court. That's hard defense to consistently play for 20, 30 seconds of possession. So I think she definitely had the right idea there, Terman. She just needed to take one more dribble.
Port off for Klein, up and in, over the net.
I tell you, got Port leading the break. That's the textbook play. She drives middle, gets help, drops a beautiful bounce pass, and Klein able to knock that little 8 to 10 foot jump shot down pretty consistently. Good offense.
A little stutter step and a travel whistle on Hecht.
You know, and this is where you can see the momentum starting to change a little bit. Be interesting to see if Coach Easley goes for a timeout here or gets some subs in, try to stem that momentum, get it back. This is where, as a young team, sometimes it's hard to change the momentum.
Kershaw back into the lineup for Armstrong. Gombiati turning. Shot missed. Rebound by James. Yana James to Patterson. Wotanda gets around the defender to the basket, and she'll go to the line for two. Boy, she's got a quick step to the basket, doesn't she?
And she's just got that sense. Beautiful drive. And then you see how, too, you know, she wanted the contact. Watch that crossover. She could have laid it up. Instead, she was seeking the contact. That's really rare for a ninth grader to have that ability to seek contact. She goes to the free throw line quite a bit. And she gets the first one to drop. She goes to the free throw line 52 times already this year, you know, in 7 games. So she's no stranger to getting to the free throw line, and she's shooting 71%. So she converts, and I maintain getting to the free throw line, learning how to get fouled, that's a skill. That's what you learn to do as a scorer.
Klein picked up her second foul on that play, so she is out. Megan Lee back in for the Orioles. Hamola off the glass, up and good for Ogumbiati.
Well, you can see how much Osseo likes having her back. That was just a really nice post feed and a great move, really an unguardable move. She used her body excellent, has nice touch too.
Patterson trying to force it into Kershaw, turned it over, then given right back. James with a steal. Wotanda for three and knocks it down, making Osseo pay.
I'll tell you what, how good has James been in this game? Only a 9th grader off the bench, gets the steal. She looks right to her fellow 9th grader, Mutunda, and she buries the 3. She's off to a great start.
Big basket for Armstrong. Right to the basket. Wouldn't fall for Port. She'll go to the line for 2. Mina Port, her second trip to the free throw line.
What was her older sister's name?
Io Port. Yeah,
She was one
playing
of
up
my
at Minnesota Duluth.
all-time favorite players to watch. She was just a really good player, and this, of course, her younger sister, and you can tell she's got that same ability to just. I remember watching Io Port take over a game without scoring a basket, rebounding, just that motor, and you can tell it must run in that whole family. They are fun players to watch.
Second free throw also missed. Rebound, Agumbiade. Now gives it off. Russell pull up from 14. That comes up short and rebounded by Hecht. Rotunda off to Kershaw. One dribble. Skip pass across. They whip it. I like how Armstrong's moving the ball. They're not staying stationary in offense. Drive. Mutenda floater won't go. Rebounded by Russell. Skip pass ahead. Port. And offensive foul on Port. James drawing the charge.
Nice job by James to get there. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a pretty
tough call.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's either one I just like to see a no call on something like that. Generally, when the defender's turning their body away, they're gonna call a block.
Sorry, Reed back in for Osseo, and Armstrong will use a timeout here.
Well, either way, I mean, how inspiring to see a 9th grader like James go and take a charge on that. I mean, charges are not fun to take. They hurt a lot of times, and it doesn't feel good. And a lot of times you get kneed in the stomach and in other areas that aren't fun. So it's not a fun thing to do. So when you see a 9th grader check into the game doing that, sacrificing her body and giving that kind of effort, I mean, it's contagious on your team.
As I mentioned, each of these teams have conference games left this week, with Armstrong at home Friday night against Irondale, and the next Tuesday they will go to Maple Grove. And for the Osseo Orioles, a big Thursday night game against a strong Champlain Park team that we saw really take apart a pretty good Eden Prairie team last week, and then came back and won the next night against Rogers.
I'll tell you what, that Champlain Park team, if they play well, they could beat anyone in this conference. This Osseo team, I feel that way about. Elk River, I think they show. I mean, if they play well, they could beat anyone. They got a couple of girls, one going to Northwestern. So it's just a nice, Centennial is always a strong basketball team, for girls. So it's a tough conference. It's one of those conferences where if you check the box score the next day, you wouldn't be surprised to see any team beat any other team.
Right.
You got to bring your A game every night, and sometimes on a Tuesday on the road, it's not an easy thing to do.
Almost a steal for the Orioles, and Hamola whistles for a foul. She was trying to trap Montendo there along the sideline.
Yeah, and more importantly, that's going to put Armstrong in the bonus, shooting 1-on-1. And that's 2 on Hamola, too. That's, she's the primary ball handler, a good outside shooter. I'll tell you, too, when refs start calling that and you get that second foul, you become a little bit less aggressive defensively. So I think that plays right into what Armstrong was hoping for.
Missed free throw by Mutunda. She had hit 3 of her first 4, but that one comes out, and Osseo has possession again. Russell drives and scores.
What a tough move. She's a left-handed girl. Watch her just rip that ball to the baseline. One dribble, so she gets her shot off before any help defense can get there. I mean, that's a big-time move.
Kershaw finds Hecht underneath, up and in.
Well, just a skip pass. Osseo pressuring the ball. Nice skip pass and a nice finish, too.
Reed tried to go underneath, couldn't get it to go, but the offensive rebound, and Agumbiade is fouled and will go to the line.
And
look at that last basket.
That's where it comes in handy, being tall. Being 6 foot, you can see over the defense. And a nice quick pass. You touched on it earlier, John, that Armstrong's not holding the basketball. They're catching it, rotating it, swinging the ball. They're making that Osseo defense really move. And if you do that well enough and you're patient, you're going to get open looks like that.
Second free throw is good. Steal, Russell to Hamola, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Mutunda. Back she'll come for the Falcons. Hands it off to Turman. Armstrong now will be patient on this possession. Mutendo, left wing, will come out top between the circles. Russell right on her. Russell, as Ryan mentioned, averaging 5 steals per game, so somebody you have to be conscious of.
Very cautious with the basketball. If you get loose with it, she'll make you pay.
Turman to Mutunda. Lob pass in a little high for Hecht. Turnover, bounce pass, Russell blocked and fouled by James.
Well, nice fast break. You can see what Osseo does really well. They'll turn a turnover or a missed shot into a transition break very quickly. And a nice pass by Hamola to Russell. I thought that was pretty good defense too by James. You know, of course, Kiara Russell, an excellent free throw shooter. You can see how she gets a lot of arc on her shots.
Patterson back in, James out for Armstrong. Falcons get a little more length in the game. Patterson in. Second one, nothing but net for Russell. She's already got 10 points.
You know, she does it, John, doesn't she? I mean, it seems like she's had 4 or 5 points. So, I mean, she's one of those scorers where it doesn't seem like she has a lot, but just consistently is giving you a bucket here, free throws here.
Turman to Mutunda. Can't get past Russell. We'll give it back out high. Kershaw on the floor. A little spin up and under, and all for traveling.
I think that's a heck of a move. What do you think, John?
I would have given her the hoop.
Yeah. You know, and actually, she didn't even need to do that Euro step. She could have just pulled that little 5-foot jumper. She had a great ball fake. I like that move. I saw nothing wrong with it.
Zaria Reed, baseline goes Russell, ran into some traffic. Trying to spin it back for Reed. A lot of traffic there, and Mutunda with the steal. She'll take it to the basket, off the glass, up and in.
You can see transition. She's very good, and she probably loves it. Kiara Russell is in back guarding her, and just like that, before you finish commenting on one end, Kiara Russell scores again on the other end in transition. Excellent throw ahead by Hamola.
Just over 6 minutes to play. It's been a good first half of basketball here at Osseo. Drive to the basket, Mutunda again.
Well, showing her quick first step, she goes right by Russell, and you can see, especially for a 9th grader, excellent body control. She composes herself and finishes. She's very sneaky, very squirmy, if you will, slippery, if you like. She knows how to finish at the rim. You can see, I mean, I think she's going to be one of the best players in the state in the next couple of years.
Reed, great feed out high from Ogumbayati and Azaria Reed. First points for her tonight.
And she's, you know, her scoring is down a little bit this year, averaging just over 8 points, but she's one of those that can give you a double-double any game. She's got 3 of them this year.
Kershaw missed on her first try, got the offensive board, and then is fouled.
Yeah, watch that quick first step, and then watch her just elude the defender there. Excellent job by Mutunda there, and then right on the other end, really the first time we've called Azaria Reed's name all night. She's so good down in the low post. You know, she was that way as a freshman. Now she's a little bit stronger, a little bit taller, a little bit more physical. And I think her game kind of gets lost sometimes, John, when you got such good perimeter play. But I think, you know, if Osseo slows it down, feeds her the basketball, she's very, very effective in the low post.
Carly Kershaw line for a 1-and-1 here. That was the 9th team foul on Osseo and earns the bonus.
Also back in for Osseo court.
Liz Cronin, 5'7" senior, number 12 in for Osseo. Second one is also good. 6-point lead for Armstrong. They maintain the lead throughout this first half.
Yeah, and Armstrong going to a zone here. It's almost like a 3-2 zone, just trying to mix it up, slow Osseo down, and I like that move. Just changing it up a little bit.
Reed powers away to the basket, won't go. Second try also not good. Kershaw the defensive board. And then Mutunda fouled in the backcourt by Port. And now the double bonus, and Mutunda will go to the line for 2.
And again, Armstrong just switching it up, going to that defense. I thought Osseo had the right play there, trying to get it to Azaria Reed in the high post. And she had a great move. She just was unable to finish. And what I like is Armstrong taking that defensive rebound, turning it right into transition. And Mutunda gets fouled. She's back to the free throw line.
Her 13th point, averaging just under 16 a game.
Yeah, but I love her attitude here tonight, knowing she's going to be going up against one of the best players in the state, and Kiara Russell. And big-time players make big plays in big games. That's what my high school coaches used to always say, and you love to see a 9th grader rise to the occasion.
She'll get a roll rest here. She makes the second free throw, and Armstrong's lead up to 8. They got a little push from Osseo, and they pushed right back. Jones, long 3, in and out. Nice rebound by Port, and she'll bring it back out. Oh, Turman almost got the steal, but Jones able to control it. Off to Russell, right wing, and dribbled it off her leg.
Well, good defense again by James, who maybe has the quickness to stay with her. I think right now Kiara Russell maybe not used to guards being able to stay with her on that quick dribble, and that one just goes right out of bounds. Now the question is, with Mutunda getting a break here, where's the offense going to come? The playmaking, not necessarily the scoring, but the playmaking, that threat that Mutunda always is of trying to get to the basket.
And Kershaw steal. Their pass is stolen by Port. Russell off to Reed. Two-pointer for Azaria Reed.
Well, Reed's going to get the credit there, but what a catch in transition by Russell. She went up with her right hand, or offhand, one-handed catch, able to stay in bounds and find Azaria Reed, who knocks down, showing her range a little bit from about 12 feet.
Turman off to James. Kershaw off the glass. This one won't go, and rebounded by Reed. Ahead to Russell. Skip pass across. Three-point try. In and out for Port. Rebound Armstrong, and Turman will walk it up. We're inside of 3.5 minutes to play. Osseo definitely the favorite coming in. Without a loss in the conference so far. Armstrong without a win, but the Falcons have led from the start. Patterson knocks down another basket. And the lead is back to 8.
Well, Ash Patterson's come in giving them 2 nice buckets from that mid-range jumper. And again, Kershaw just working. She goes up with the shot, gets her offensive rebound, and a real quick tip pass out to Patterson, who knocks down the jumper.
Port, tough runner, defender right on her, out of bounds. Last touch by Armstrong.
Yeah, watch this effort here. Look at that tip pass while she was in the air, and a nice catch by Patterson. That time got a little bit more arc on it, nothing but the bottom of the net. She's given them 4 big points here in the first half. You know, and that little minute and a half right there allowed Mutunda to get a rest, while also not, you know, actually increasing the lead up to 8. So really a valuable.
Has it stripped away in the paint. I think it was Jones that got a hand on it. Lee will hand off.
Nice help by Patterson.
Baseline cut off, back out. Shot around by Lee, won't go. Mutunda rebounds. Hacked up and off. Ball tipped around and came to Jones. And throws it ahead to Russell. The Port, up and in.
Yeah. Excellent pass and great hands there to finish at the rim. Osseo fortunate, that should have been a basket at the other end for Armstrong. Instead, they get the rebound and they run in transition, and they get the lead down to 6 here with just under 2 minutes to play.
Mutunda bounce pass. James, corner to Hecht. Looking in to Kershaw, a tie-up, ball squirts free, and then the outlet pass was stolen, and then taking it right back was Lee for Osseo after she had committed the turnover, then able to take it away from the intended person there. That was Patterson looking for the pass, and then Patterson commits the foul.
I'll tell you, with youth, you're going to get that poor decision-making sometimes. And that time, Mutanda has shown us to be a heck of a player and all the talent. That time she gets a steal, tried to make a home run play, and really a big play. Instead of controlling that possession, maybe getting a shot out of it, now it leads to a foul, which is going to put Osseo, Megan Lee, in the bonus.
1-1 here for the Orioles. Lee earns the bonus, so all 5 starters have scored for each team.
Yeah, Megan Lee averaging just over 3 points, plays excellent defense. She's got a nice touch. She can shoot that mid-range jumper, excellent rebounder, so she's a vital role for this Osseo team.
Orioles back to within 4. Minute 35 to play. Turman to Hack, trying to get it into Kershaw, knocked away. Steal made. Turman missing on the steal, trying to get it from Russell, who drives and is fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. I was about to say Armstrong hoping to get some good possessions to close out the half, and they turned it over on that first one.
Well, really, the last 4 or 5 possessions, they haven't been able to come away with a good shot. A couple of turnovers, some forced passes. And this is where that Osseo pressure defense really starts to wear an opponent out. You know, in transition, you can see Kiara Russell. I mean, she's just relentless in transition. She goes right to the basket, gets the contact. That's really an uncharacteristic free throw for her.
Second one off the rim, also not good. Reed had a hand on it, ties up with Hacked, and the possession for Osseo. So Azaria Reed with a good play, gets the ball and the possession back for Osseo.
Oh,
Jones will inbound.
She's so athletic, and she's a quick jumper. I remember watching her as a freshman, how quick her leaping was. She'd get a miss, and she'd be the first one back up in the air.
Little spin move here off the glass, and it comes out somehow. Kershaw rebounds.
All that jelly and no toast right there, JJ. Heck of an offensive move, great spin move.
Mutunda now with under a minute to play. Taking it to the basket, too strong. Shot missed, and Reed rebounds. And Reed will push it ahead. Off to Port, into the paint, back out Russell. For Jones, not good. Patient possession in that they got a lot of people involved, but couldn't finish at the end. Kershaw gets tied up by Lee. Ball stay with Armstrong this time, and a good play by Lee. 35 seconds to play in the half. 34-9 officially.
I think this is a big possession here for Armstrong, because even though they're winning, it seems like their momentum, and there's a turnover, and there's no one better and faster in the state of Minnesota than Kiara Russell. You know, and still with 20 seconds left, again, you're up by 2, but I think getting a little bit of that momentum back, John, going into halftime could be huge.
Under 20 seconds to go. Final possession likely here of the half. Hecht hands off for Mutunda. Into the paint, backs it out. 7 seconds to go. Almost had it knocked away, and Jones instead commits the foul with 3.4 seconds to go. That'll put Masengo Mutunda at the line for 2.
Falls on Jones for second.
Second foul on Ari Jones. Mutunda 5 of 7 from the free throw line. They get 5 of 8. Second free throw also comes out. Reed releasing it to Russell at the buzzer. Too strong in the half. He is here, 37-35. Osseo going for the tie on that last shot by Russell, but wasn't able to get it to go. But Osseo coming back late in that half. Armstrong, though, a very strong first half to take a 37-35 lead here on Osseo. Orioles 7-2 on the season coming in. Armstrong 3-4. We're to go to the sideline now. Ryan Iverson with Jen Moen.
Hi, thanks, John. Coach, what'd you like there in the first half?
You know, I liked at the end as we started picking up the tempo and playing a little bit more of our game.
Yeah, defensively, I thought in the beginning they were able to really attack, and then you guys been on a nice run defensively. What was different?
You know, it's just our intensity and our level of play and coming out and picking up and doing what we need to do.
How big are the first couple minutes here in the second half?
Big. We got to come out and play our game right away and set the tone for what this game's going to be.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you, JJ.
Thanks, Ryan. We'll take a break. We'll hear from Coach Easley before the start of the second half. Halftime here at Osseo, 37-35. Good one in Northwest Suburban Conference girls basketball. We'll have more from Osseo High School after this.
Watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
30 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Hi, I work at the NEDA helpline. We have something called Click to Chat, which is a live chat with someone on the helpline, and they're really able to get support.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
John Jacobson with Ryan Iverson at halftime. Armstrong leading Osseo in our Northwest Suburban Conference girls basketball game, 37-35. So look at highlights from the first half of play. Armstrong able to get the ball inside consistently tonight, Ryan, which has been the key for them. That's really where almost all of their points have come from. You saw that one. Nice backdoor play here for Russell.
Yeah, both of those first possession of the game, and I really thought, you know, especially with Kershaw, the way her aggressiveness, and then of course with Mutunda, I thought they really got to a great start offensively, John.
Runner in the lane by Hamola for 2 of her 4 points in the first half. And then Armstrong able to get the ball defensively off the ball underneath, and then a lead pass ahead to Hecht for a basket. Again, transition hoop there for Armstrong. Nice
just
play
a great
Mutunda.
move, yeah. Great quick first step, excellent body control.
Good first half for the freshman. And then another steal here for the Falcons. James ahead for Turman for the layup.
You know, surprisingly, John, the Falcons ran transition. They got a number of baskets, pushing the ball ahead, and really surprising. I didn't think that would be a big part of their game. And there's Patterson, who knocked down 2 mid-range jump shots.
Ari Jones finding Kiara Russell. Is always tough to defend.
That's with her offhand, everybody. She's a left-handed player. What a shot.
Russell missing on this one, and then Armstrong transition again. Jones ahead to Kershaw. Had a strong first half for the Falcons. Russell putting the ball on the floor and able to finish like few players in the state can like that.
That play right there, too, just an excellent catch. Just to keep that ball in play, not only to find her teammate Azaria Reed that knocks down that shot.
Here's a look at the leading scorers. Matunda with 14 for Armstrong. Kerschel 8 and Hecht 6 points. Russell with 14 to lead Osseo. Klein with 5. Reed and Hamola 4 points apiece.
Well, we really wondered, John, where would the scoring come from Armstrong? And Mutunda, on pace for well above her average. You see, Kerschel, who only averages just over 6, and Hecht, who's not a big scorer, already on her total average. So definitely getting scoring from some help there, keeping Armstrong in this game ahead by 2.
Falcons hoping for an upset. They lead by 2 here at Osseo. 37-35 Falcons. More of our halftime from Osseo High School after this timeout.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
I would ask.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt. There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt. There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt. There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
37-35, Armstrong up on Osseo. Back we go to Ryan Iverson with Antoine Easley.
Hey, Coach, 37 points at half. You got to be pretty pleased with your offensive output there in the first half.
Yeah, I think our girls played extremely hard the first half. Defensively, I thought we were solid, even though we gave up 35 points. I felt, a lot of things were contested. We had a couple of breakdowns, and we turned it over a few times towards the end of the half. But for the most part, I think our girls are playing well.
Give our viewers a little bit into the mindset of you have a 9th grader in Mutunda, and she's going against arguably one of the best guards in the state in Kiara Russell. I thought from the get-go she just attacked and was relentless. You got to be pleased with at least her attitude and her production there in the first half.
Well, that's the thing about her. She's a competitor. She loves competing at a high level, and she enjoys the challenge.
Yeah. What will you guys have to do here to win this game?
Definitely, we have to value the ball a little better than what we did last couple minutes of the half. We have to continue to rebound and feel we got to be a little more efficient offensively.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. All right, John, back to you.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks to Coach Easley and Coach Mullen for taking a few moments with us at halftime. We are ready to start the second half. So look at the field goal percentage, and Armstrong really shooting the ball well for that first half. Not much is way of three-pointers. Armstrong to try just the one. Osseo 0 for 5 so far. And the free throw percentage can come back to haunt Osseo in this game. It's right around 50%. Armstrong, despite the 2 misses at the end of the half by Mutunda with 3 seconds to go, 10 of 15 as you saw. So we are underway in half number 2. Osseo with the opening possession of the second half. Azaria Reed trying for the tie, can't get it to go on the rebound to Olivia Hecht. Mutunda will give it to Turman to set up the Falcons' first possession of the second half. Into Hecht, being defended. And a steal for Hamola up and into the timeout.
Mike's not out there. Beautiful job transition by Hamola getting herself going. She's a good scorer.
Mutunda badly missing on the 3, but the ball came to Hecht. Now Turman out on the wing. Turman will dish it off. Kershaw will spin at the block. Boy, Reed right on her defensively. Still got a good shot off, but missed, and Klein rebounds for Osseo.
Very well defended there, and that's a shot. Kershaw's got to knock that mid-range jump shot down. She got a nice drive and kick from Turman, and she's got to be able to shoot that, at least be willing to take that shot.
Klein. Russell. Quick pass into Reed. Missed as she tried to go up and under Hecht. Quickly ahead. Kershaw. Stop, little 6-footer up and in.
That's the old Top Gun move, John. You hit the brakes, the defense flies right by. That's a great move. It's really hard to defend.
Reed, well short on the 3, rebounded by Mutunda. Lead pass ahead. Kershaw, good pass. They go back out left side. Turman up and in.
You talk about great offense. You throw it ahead, 2-3 quick passes right over to Turman, who knocks down a wide open jump shot. Excellent offense. Armstrong starting the second half strong.
Russell to the basket. Her shot won't go. Rebounded by Mutunda. She's going to take it all the way herself. High off the glass, too strong. Gets the ball back, though. Long 2 from the right side. That won't go. Ball tipped around and handled by Russell.
Well, again, I love her attitude. You heard her coach say she's just a competitor, and she takes it right at the defender. Got 2 good shots and just couldn't knock him down.
Lead a Hamola on the bounce pass. Outside 3 will go. Rebounded by Mutunda. Another defensive rebound for the freshman. She again attacks the basket, draws the contact, and will go to the line.
And she did that on Kiara Russell. Again, a very good defender with great quickness, good feet, and I just love Mutunda, just quick crossover. That first step has got to be about as quick as we're going to see in this conference, maybe even in the States. She's got an excellent first step.
Ryan, you talked about Mutunda having the ability to get to the line. That's already her 10th free throw of the game.
When she started out, I think what did you say? She hit her first 5 or 6?
Well, she hit 5 out of her first 7, but now has missed the last 3.
Yeah, so she just got to take a deep breath. She's so talented. I always thought of it this way. If you earn a free throw, they're free points. You got to be able to knock these down. They're free points. They're going to help your team. They help your confidence, too, as a scorer. You get your rhythm going. They're just so important besides just the obvious point.
Sherman going for the steal, fouled Russell.
Yeah, and that's a foul I think you live with. You're just trying to be aggressive, and you're putting Osseo on notice that, hey, we're going to pressure you guys, too. You're not the only ones trying to get turnovers, trying to run in transition. And they go to this 3-2. You can see it's an extended 3-2 zone. And it does just enough, I think, to keep Osseo off balance, keep Russell maybe from being too comfortable.
Tough shot on the baseline for Russell, won't go. Matundo dribbling through traffic. Has Kershaw on her left, who scores.
That's just excellent 2-on-1 fast break. Mutunda makes a great decision. We talked about her having to make good decisions tonight. That time she didn't force a shot. She made a great pass. And Kershaw runs the break and finishes.
Osseo briefly tied it to start this half. Armstrong on a 7-0 run. Deep three from Hamola. Not good, batted around, and Port unable to save it. It's over to Armstrong.
So Hamola can hit that shot. She is a good three-point shooter, but I think that's a shot Armstrong will live with, a contested, deep three-pointer. And again, Osseo, I think their identity is getting the ball inside, having Kiara Russell driving and attacking. I don't think they're a phenomenal perimeter shooting team, so I like what that zone defense does. Maybe not every possession, but just to change it up and keep Osseo out of rhythm.
That's a little handoff pass to Terma, but then she traveled. Port back in. And Lamia Ntutwe, who got a brief moment of play, is back out. And Ntutwe was the player we told you, number 50, who just went back to the bench for Osseo, who's coming off that torn patella tendon. And so they're
really watching her minutes, and she's got to get used to acclimated to it. It's a lot different, from the workouts to playing in game speed.
Three-point shot knocked down by Kiara Russell, her first three today.
Yeah, and she's got that ability, and I think this is at a point. This is the kind of game where Osseo, a lot of times you don't want your star to dominate the ball offensively. You want balance. This is a game when you're struggling where you want your superstar to take over. A nice drive and kick, and she hits a shot with a defender in her face. You can see it gets that whole Osseo bench fired up.
Foul a moment ago on Kate Klein, her third. Second team foul, the half on Osseo. Baseline, tough shot from Mutunda. Kershaw there for the offensive board. Draws the foul, and we'll go to the line for two.
Well, not only, does Mutunda have her hands full with her kind of her individual matchup against Russell, but I think Carly Kershaw going against Azaria Reed is another matchup to watch. And so far, I think Kershaw's held up her end of the bargain. And that's why getting to the basket too, John, even though Mutunda missed that shot, she draws the defense, and it allows your offensive rebounders to get in position and have a chance. And that time, Kershaw did that. And again, free throws are really going to play a big factor in deciding this game.
Tutway back in for Osseo. Second free throw comes up short as well. Mutunda scrambling for the ball. Got it. Gets it for Heck and back for Kershaw. And Armstrong saves the possession. Still kind of scrambling and unable to hold on to it for very long, though. And back comes Osseo. Habola. And gave it. Oh, no, it's off Armstrong. Thought she gave it away there, but touch by Armstrong.
How about all that hustle to keep that ball in, and then they end up turning it over. Excellent hustle by Armstrong. That's a possession. You work that hard to keep, you got to do it.
Royals trailed the whole game, briefly tied it, as I mentioned early in the second half, but not been able to pull ahead of the Falcons. 13.5 minutes to go in the second half. Upset in the making perhaps tonight at Osseo. Inbound entry pass knocked away. Russell able to get it back. Up and under for Reed, won't go. And Tutway fighting for the rebound. And it's off of Kershaw and out of bounds. Osseo basketball.
Yeah, Zaria Reed, she's got great moves. She's getting good looks. Does it seem like she's rushing her shot a little bit? She's got excellent moves. She finds herself open, and then the finish is just a little hurried. Those are shots she normally finishes around the basket.
Ari Jones back in for Osseo. Tiana James for Armstrong. And Russell buries another three.
You get a lot of arc on the ball when the ball on our television screen goes out of picture. But she's two big threes. Excellent job answering this, Armstrong.
Terman, just a shot that went out of bounds. Look at this again.
Yeah, nice double screen to get her open. And that's, again, where Mutunda's got to know right now, Kiara Russell is the girl that's going to get this Osseo offense going. There's got to be this awareness where you can't get screened. And if you do get screened, you got to have help defense. Make someone other than Russell beat you.
Jones tried to hit her on that pass, intercepted by Matondo, who scored. That was a nice fake by Matondo. Looked like she was going to pass it. Jones stayed with her. Look at it again. Draws the contact and scores.
Well, two things. You said it, John. She draw the contact. She's strong for a 9th grader. Secondly, you see her switch the ball into her left hand. So she used her body as a shield, able to finish with her offhand. Excellent answer here by the freshman.
Tenda up and in. And we get a timeout taken here.
Well, a lot of times in these kind of games, John, you'll see, where the team that's maybe expected to win gets off to a slow start, and then all of a sudden they go on that run and they take control of the game.
Right.
But what you're seeing is Armstrong's really answering every time that Osseo makes this run to either get to 2 or to tie it up. Then Osseo just not getting the stops defensively. And I credit Armstrong, just the way they're executing. And I love the 2 freshmen, Kershaw and Mutanda. I think have had huge games here tonight. And for Osseo, offensively, we didn't doubt, that they'd have any trouble scoring. Who's going to be that second, third scorer tonight besides Kiara Russell? They need someone to step up. And again, we've seen Azaria Reed get a number of great moves, just unable to finish. Port hasn't been able to knock shots down. Ari Jones, again, coming off missing a few games, maybe a little bit sluggish. She hasn't been able to get it going offensively. So that's going to be the question here.
Reed, back over Russell, lost the ball, and turned over on the dribble by Armstrong. Osseo gets the possession back.
Well, we've seen Osseo run that play a couple times tonight where they hit the high post and they look for Kiara Russell on the back door. That's a play Armstrong's got to be able to defend that. And a nice job really by Russell just getting that ball back in play.
Port able to get it into Reed. Reed long 2 short, and weak side rebound, and Conway up and in. And so she gets her first points of the season.
Well, the question is that going to be an assist for Azaria Reed? That was a contested, almost 3-point shot. Tough shot, a little bit short. Nice job with the rebound and the finish.
8 bench points for Osseo today, 4 for Armstrong. So the Orioles back to within 2 with under 12 minutes to go in the game. Steal by Jones and ties up with James.
Osseo starting to ratchet that pressure up a little bit. Dribble handoff, a nice job by Ari Jones to fight through that and get her hands in there and tie it up. And even though they're not going to get the possession, I guarantee there'll be another jump ball later in the game, and that could be, a big influence on this game, getting that possession arrow.
Megan Lee and Kate Klein back in for Osseo at that whistle. Turman off for Kershaw. Spins into the paint. Hands it back off for Turman. Baseline, tough shot. Knock iron, not good, and rebounded by Port. Osseo going for the tie or perhaps the lead on this possession. Port all the way, scoop shot up and in.
Great move, coast to coast, great body control, and the finish. Excellent play by Port. I'm surprised Armstrong doesn't look to try to go backdoor. Use that pressure that Osseo's defense has. Use it against them. Try to get them overplaying, see if you can get an easy one at the basket.
Mutanda briefly thought about the 3. Hands off to Turman.
Let's see if Mutanda tries to drive here. They got to switch, so right now Ari Jones is guarding her instead of Kiara Russell.
Turman shot. Pretty good look, but the shot wouldn't go. Klein rebounds. Port front court to Russell to put Osseo in the lead. Not this time. Kershaw rebounds.
Great
Turman.
Box out by Hecht there.
Turman to Mutanda. Fouled by Russell.
Two really good players going at it there. They do call the foul on Russell, and surprisingly, it's not a shooting foul for Armstrong.
15th foul on Osseo. It's a 3rd foul on Russell. Not a problem yet, but if she picks up a 4th, Mutanda off the inbound, unable to finish. Good look for Armstrong. Can't get it to go. Here's Russell.
Well, and again, we saw that in the first time we did Armstrong. Mutanda getting great drives, getting open at the basket, and then missing those easy ones. She hadn't done that tonight. Armstrong's got to really concentrate here to keep this game. The momentum's on Osseo side.
Hamola missed 3. Mutanda just let it go. So we remain tied at 47.
I think this is a big possession right here. Osseo, again, coming back from down 7 here in the second half. They tied it up. Armstrong really just not able to get anything to fall. They need to get a good possession, see if they can get a set play ran, get a really good look.
James launching one from the corner. Patterson offensive board. Ball scorched free to Mutanda, who scores.
Sometimes scorers are in the right place at the right time. And that play was made by Ash Patterson, who got a hand on it, fought for it, and it slipped right over to Mutanda, and she finishes that time. Nice job.
Mutanda with 20 points for Armstrong. Russell with 20 for Osseo. Jones baseline shot comes up short. Rebound to Armstrong. Mutanda ahead. Now we'll back it out.
And
Didn't have the numbers.
Smart play. She knew who was defending her too. Brings it back out. Yeah, gets Kershaw, and that's a big foul. That's going to be the 6th team foul. So the next one, John, they'll be shooting 1-1.
Kershaw's fouled by Lee. Jones out, and Port back in for Osseo. Inbound, it's kicked. Still Armstrong in possession.
And Armstrong actually fortunate. There was a lot of traffic in there.
Mutanda defended by Russell out on that wing. Now we'll dribble it back out high. Going inside to Kershaw. Saved nicely by Wolf, but then turned over, and back comes Hamola for Osseo on the run. Offensive foul on Hamola.
Who took that? Was that Mutanda that took that? I believe it was, yeah. Wow, what a change of the play right there. A 2-on-1. You know, you can see Mutanda was definitely set there. Excellent call and an excellent charge. That's a play where Hamola's got to get wider, get that 2-on-1, and make that pass for her teammate.
Armstrong holds its lead. Down to 9 minutes to play in the game. Kershaw rifling it underneath. Patterson in traffic,
nice
able to gather it up and in and score.
Great pass by Herschel. A nice job, too, by Patterson, keeping her eye on that ball, fighting through, and then finishing.
Russell misses on the baseline, but it's off of Patterson and out of bounds.
I think Patterson's taken 3 shots tonight. She's hit them all, John. She's been very efficient, very effective off the bench.
And Tutway in, and Lee back out for Osseo. Port. Hamola for 3, short. And rebounded by Wolf. Turman has Kershaw open. Side of the lane, well short on that side. Rebounded by Hamola. Off for Port. Throws it off to the right side and easily stolen by James. James to the basket, too far underneath, missed it. Kershaw, the Patterson up and in. How about Ash Patterson off the bench? Timeout Osseo.
Well, how about James getting that, taking it coast to coast? She missed it. Kershaw, great offensive rebound, and they find the hot hand, Ash Patterson. She knocks down her 3rd jump shot, and she's feeling it, and she's giving this team a big spark. And again, we talked about who is that scoring going to come from? Unexpectedly, it's been Ash Patterson here tonight with 8 off the bench.
8:12 to go, but Armstrong again, as we talked about once earlier, survived another run from Osseo. They have not let up and haven't panicked, and back up by 6 again.
Well, and you know what's coming here after this timeout. Osseo is going to come out energized. They're gonna bring another run, and this game is such a game of momentum. You know, when one team gets it, what do you do to stop that and get it back on your side? And if I'm Armstrong, their game plan tonight of attacking, I think you keep doing that. And especially with Patterson, you keep her at that high post range where if her defender comes and helps, you know you got an outlet there, the way she's shooting the ball. And I keep telling, you know, my superstar freshmen, Mutanda and Kershaw, keep attacking, keep making plays. You know, let's get this win on the road, which would be a huge win. You know, and I expect too, after a timeout, Osseo to be in some type of set play where I'm going to guess they're going to try to get Kiara Russell either that backdoor cut or getting her an open three with the way she's been shooting, or try to get her the ball in the post as well.
Mola lobbing it down for Russell. Shot wouldn't go. Ball comes to Patterson, and Terman will bring it up.
Yeah, I thought that time Kiara just caught it a little too deep, a little bit under the basket. Didn't have a good angle there.
James got through the double team, passes it off. Too strong by Wolf. Here's Patterson underneath again.
She's everywhere, John. Nice job handling that double team out of that by James.
Drive by Port and one. Big basket for Mina Port and Osseo.
You know, she reminds me almost, if you will, of, you know, the Draymond Green for Golden State. The way she kind of does everything. She's very athletic. She's capable of scoring. She can shoot, but she rebounds. She just does everything for this Osseo team, and a nice answer there. And how about Patterson? 5 for 5 on the night for Armstrong with 10 points.
Free throw up and good. So Port with 5 points here in the second half, 8 in the game.
Osseo going to a 1-2-2 extended defense here. You're going to try to get a trap, trying to create some turnovers. How does Armstrong handle the pressure?
Patterson this time won't get it to go. Russell rebounds ahead to Hamola, up and in.
You know, and Patterson earned the right, I think, to take that shot, even though it maybe was a little quick. It was contested a little deeper than what she's normally accustomed to, but the way she's been playing.
Terman to Kershaw. Off to Heck. Nice move around Klein. Missed the shot. Gets her own rebound. Trying to get it out to Kershaw. Tie up. Possession arrow. It's Osseo's basketball.
And I think the goal of this Osseo defense right now, going this 1-2-2 half-court trap, is they're trying to speed Armstrong up. Try to get a trap. Try to get a turnover. If not, you can see Armstrong responding by playing a little faster, trying to get quick shots. They got to be able to handle that pressure and play at their tempo like they've done all this whole game.
Port handing it off. Hamola back out to Port, who dribbles it back out near midcourt and hands off, and Hamola reset for the Orioles. 6.5 minutes to go. They've trailed the whole way. And a foul called on Terman. Second foul on the senior, Latea Terman. Mola backs it off a little bit on the dribble. Inside the arc, long two won't go. Russell underneath. He's fouled, will go to the line for 2.
Oh, nice job by Russell, reading the ball flight right there, seeing that that ball was going to be off. She caught it, she went and got it, and she earned a trip to the free throw line.
Fouls on Matunda, her first. Russell with a chance to get her team back to within 1. Second one is good. Osseo at 50% from the line in the game.
Yeah, both teams leaving some points out there on the free throw line tonight, no question about it.
55-53 Armstrong. Pass intended for Matunda. Russell got a hand on it.
You know, and again, just an unforced turnover right there, trying to get to the high post, which is the right idea, but it has to come after a couple of ball reversals. That defense is moving. Then you get it. You can't telegraph it. Not against this Osseo defense, especially when they're down, their backs are against the wall. You know they're going to be trying to play for steals and create turnovers. You've got to be able to handle the pressure right now.
15th foul on Armstrong. Osseo with 7. Reed for Russell for the lead, and Osseo's in front for the first time tonight. Russell with 24 points. Ball on the floor, and timeout Armstrong. Osseo, though, has surged ahead 56-55.
Yeah, and again, you talk about having an awareness on Kiara Russell. She shot the ball extremely well tonight. And that time Armstrong trying to get a trap as well, playing a little bit fast. Nice job breaking it. You can see the power of getting the ball to the middle of the court, John. When teams are trying to trap you, if you're in the middle of the floor, it's really hard to do. Get a good ball reversal. And Kiara Russell has come up huge tonight, really almost has half of her team's points here tonight. And for the first time, maybe ever, or since the very beginning of the game, Osseo with the lead.
Yep. So for Armstrong, how do you regroup here now? Now that Osseo finally has made that surge that's put them ahead.
Well, I think it all comes down, is Osseo going to come back to that 1-2-2 zone defense? If they do, they gotta understand, reversing the ball, getting that team to move, then attacking. If you try to go too quick, well, the defense is set. You're going to put yourself in a bad position, and that's caused 2 or 3 straight turnovers. So a couple of ball reversals, and then they got to attack. I think you want to get the ball in the hands of Mutunda. If they can get her the ball in the middle of the floor where she can go at the basket, that's an ideal offensive possession for Armstrong.
So here we go. Armstrong now down by 1. Turman able to save it at the sideline, and Port picks it off. Ahead to Hamola. Hamola off the glass, too strong. Kershaw has it for Armstrong. Now we'll hold it up, feeds it to back off to Wolf. 3-pointer won't go. Kershaw offensive board up and in, and Armstrong back in front. Kershaw with 14 points tonight. Lead pass ahead. Shot up too high by Reed. Klein follow up not good. And Turman has it. Armstrong on the break. Port trying to get back. Turman too strong, went with the left hand. Russell has it for Osseo. Back they come. Kiara Russell to the basket, up and in.
She's just so smooth, so fast in the open court. I thought too, John, that Turman should have just finished with her right hand on that break. Maybe would have gotten fouled or gotten contact.
Tunda back to Turman. Armstrong down by 1. Tenda open, left side.
Nice.
3. This one is, 2-pointer for Wolf is good. Tried a 3 a moment ago, wouldn't go, and this one dropping in for Mira Wolf to put her team back in front.
And you can see Mutunda, when she's attacking like that, she's got space, she makes good decisions. Armstrong got to keep finding ways to get her the ball while that defense is moving, open up driving lanes for her to either score it herself or make the right pass.
4 minutes to play, second half. Osseo with the basketball. They trailed most of the night. They're down by 1 right now.
They try to run a double screen for Kiara, so this is where you have to have an awareness on her. You have to be ready to help, as she's going to be looking to either get all the way to the basket or somehow get an open look for herself. So you got to have help defense and move your feet.
There she goes, attacking the basket and won't get it to go. Hecht rebounds. Mutunda for Armstrong. Lost it out of bounds.
Well, we talked about living and dying with your youth, and I didn't have a problem with her attacking. That's what she's done all night. But when you draw 2 or 3 defenders on you, that always means there's someone else open. And part of that's just her experience. She'll get better and better as age comes for her.
Reed shot blocked out of bounds. Jones back in for Osseo. Hamola out.
Well, keep in mind, too, Armstrong already in the bonus. So if they can take care of the ball and be aggressive, be strong with it, and force Osseo to foul them, they're going to get free throws every time.
Ari Jones will hold it. Nina Port, 3:10 to go. Tough shot for Port,
wow.
but gets it to go.
Excellent defense. Sometimes great defense beats great offense, or excuse me, vice versa. Great offense beats great defense. Heck of a move.
60-59, Osseo back in front. Kershaw off to Wolf. Back to Kershaw. Reed got back defensively. And it's a turnover for Armstrong. Russell with it. Off to Port. Gets by her defender. Up and in. Biggest lead for Osseo tonight, 3 points with 2.5 minutes to play.
Yep, last 2 trips down, Port being the aggressive on great drives to the basket.
Matunda, Hecht, handed off to Wolf. Port got a hand in there in the backcourt. Oh, and Russell coming from behind. I didn't think we were going to get a whistle there. It was kind of a late whistle, but
that's
shove
right
in the back of Matunda, and Russell getting the foul.
Well, and actually on the previous possession, John, when Armstrong was driving, Kerschel that time drove, and I thought there was contact. Yeah, you can see that's clearly a foul. And these are free throws where you gotta knock them down when it's crunch time and you're down by 3 on the road. Got to make your free throws.
1-1, Matunda up and in.
Yeah, Armstrong bringing in James, substituting for Wolf. I like that. James done a nice job of ball handling here tonight. Another quick guard in to maybe attack that offense.
A foul on Russell, by the way, her 4th. Second one, up and in. So Matunda.
No, they're.
Oh. No, not that time. Violation on Armstrong. No free throw.
Wow.
So we stay at 62-60. Jones front court pass to Port. Got a big second half off the bench. Klein back out to Jones. Kiara Russell under 2 minutes to play. Osseo leading by 2.
Yep.
They don't need to shoot.
No, they're in their stall offense right here. That's where Armstrong's going to have to start overplaying. And Osseo done a nice job with lanes and driving to the basket. Look at that explosion to the rim. Looks like she was shot out of a cannon, John.
How good is Kiara Russell? And huge baskets here in the second half.
Well, they run that stall there, and you end up thinking that's what's coming. You fall asleep just for a second, and she takes that first step, gets all the way to the rim.
28 points. The average is 26.1 per game. Armstrong needing points here, and a foul on Klein on the baseline drive by Hecht. And so that'll send Olivia Hecht to the line for a 1-and-1. She made her only 2 foul shots of the game in the first half. 19 fouls, so still just a 1-and-1 here. Missed free throw and rebounded by Reed.
Yep, and that's big, and only 5 team fouls for Armstrong, so they're going to have to start to foul at least to get into the bonus. You know, Osseo is going to spread them out, try to take clock here.
1 minute to go. 4-point lead in the basketball, and then a hard foul on Port on James. Well, I guess you want to make sure the official sees it, right?
Yeah, right in front of the official too. Armstrong lucky that wasn't an intentional foul.
Right.
You have to, I had a ref once tell me, a guy fouled me at the end of a game. I said, that was intentional. He said, every foul at this time of the game is intentional, but you got to at least make it disguise that you're going for the basketball.
Look at Osseo's upcoming schedule. You mentioned they host Champlin Park here on Thursday, non-conference game. And Moorhead here Saturday, and Totino Grace, an improved team. They'll play there next Tuesday. We saw Grace a couple of weeks ago. They got some nice inside post players.
3-0 in the conference too, so that'll be a good battle.
For Armstrong, they've got Irondale at home Friday, at Maple Grove next Tuesday, and then home again against Spring Lake Park on Friday the 15th.
And again, that was only the 6th team foul on Armstrong, so it was a good foul. And now they'll be shooting 1-and-1. So, you're starting to look at situation. Or who are your poor free throw shooters? I would foul Ari Jordan, just being that she hasn't played in a couple of weeks. Maybe her rhythm or timing is a little off. Or you create a turnover like that.
Rotundo, tough pressure on the ball. Jones dribbling it off herself, and Armstrong has life with 51 seconds to go.
And you don't need a 3 here. You just got to get a good shot, a good bucket, and then you play the free throw game.
Rotunda attacking to the basket, too strong. Klein rebounds for Osseo. Able to get it in the hands of Jones, who's fouled by Sherman in the backcourt with 36 seconds to go, and a 1-and-1 coming for Jones.
And again, Mutanda, just an excellent quick move. I think part of her problem is she goes so fast, so hard. Sometimes she doesn't gather herself when she tries to finish. Again, excellent move to the basket, just unable to finish. But a nice quick foul right there, sending Ari Jones to the line.
Wolf back in for James for Armstrong.
And that's a good move. Wolf is one of their better perimeter shooters for Armstrong.
Jones' first free throw try tonight. True first point tonight, and a big one. Makes it a 5-point game.
Well, she's a senior. She's a captain on this team. She's been in a lot of big situations for the Orioles.
Second one short, rebounded by Turman. Armstrong's got to hurry. Turman takes it herself. Good look at it. Wouldn't get it to go. Kershaw up and in. Timeout, Armstrong with 27 seconds to go. So Kershaw getting the offensive board off the Turman miss. 65-62.
And Kershaw had a couple decisions there. She had Wolf spotted up for 3 out there, and I think she made a good decision. Hey, I'm right here. I can take the 2. Now it's a 1-possession game, shooting 1-and-1. All we need here is to try to create a turnover, get a foul, and you win games and you lose games at the free throw line. And right now, Osseo really can control their destiny with A, free throw shooting, and B, taking care of the basketball, not turning it over.
How about the game by Kershaw tonight? Averages 6 points a game. She gets 16 points.
Yeah. And not only just her scoring, I thought she's rebounded well. She's made a number of passes. She's defended well. She's had a really nice all-around game. And she's 6 foot, so she gives them a little bit of that length. But she's mobile too. Both of the freshman starters, Kershaw and Mutunda, really a big reason, obviously, why Armstrong is even in this ball game.
It's their biggest offensive output of the season so far. In their first 7 games, no game above 58 points. They had 2 games where they scored 58 and 62 tonight.
Yep. And of course, you factor in Ash Patterson off the bench with 10 points. So they've definitely outscored what I thought they would.
Oh, and a steal for Armstrong in the backcourt, and then they give it back, and Osseo has it. Russell to Jones to Reed, and an intentional foul called out top, I believe on Mutunda. And Jones will go to the line for 2.
How about Hannah Bachmeyer came into the game with that steal, and she wasn't going out of bounds. She could have called the timeout or at least kept possession of it. Instead, throws it right back to Osseo, and they call that an intentional foul, and that's going to put Ari Jones at the line and possession of the basketball.
Missed them both. Now Osseo will get possession, but it's still a 1-possession game with 18.3 seconds.
If that's not intentional, now Armstrong gets the rebound there and able to go down and have a chance to tie it. Now
get it into the hands of Russell, and they do. Fouled by Mutunda at half court.
That's where, as Armstrong grows, and they get older and more experienced, that's where you have to deny Kiara Russell the basketball. You've got to force someone else to catch that and get a foul. Anytime you got a great free throw shooter and a scorer and a senior, you want to keep the ball out of their hands at end of game situations. And that's easier said than done, too.
9th team foul, so this ball game might come down to this. In for Russell for a 29th point, now a 4-point lead.
And if she makes this, it's going to be a 4 or 5-point game. 15 seconds left. I think if you're Armstrong, you still have time to get down, get a good shot. You don't have to force up a bad 3 here.
Second one comes out. Mutunda into the front court. She'll take it to the basket and is fouled by Court.
That was the play right there. Great hesitation move. And I'll tell you what might be most impressive about Mutunda, John, is her ability, her strength. Watch her take the contact. A lot of girls go flying there. They don't even get a shot attempt. She's still able to finish at the rim. And this is a very big free throw right here for the freshman.
Misses it. Rebounded, though, by Armstrong, and a foul on Reed, and a chance for Armstrong to tie as Kreschel will go to the line for 2.
Well, you can see she did a great job getting that rebound. She was going to kick it out, and she thought, you know what, I can make a move at the basket here. And you can see definitely some contact, and Kreschel going to go to the free throw line with a chance to tie the basketball game.
Carly Kreschel, 2 of 4 from the line tonight. One more coming.
Well, that's a big miss. You usually want to make that first one and then maybe have a chance to, you know, if you miss or something. But now you have a decision. Do you make it here and try to foul, or do you miss this and try to get the offensive rebound?
Second one by Kreschel is good.
So 7 seconds. You got to get good ball pressure, and you have to foul immediately.
Ball comes into Russell. They got a fouler, and finally they do. Turman finally gets a hand on her with 3.4 seconds remaining.
See, I don't know why they allowed her to dribble for
lost
three
a
and
couple
a
of
half
seconds
seconds
there.
You know, so now you're looking at if either way, you're going to have to hustle and either get a long pass down court, or you're going to end up shooting about a half quarter. That 3 seconds that went off the clock, very big.
Russell with 30 points. Osseo by 2. Armstrong's still going to have a chance here at the end, regardless, on this free throw. Second one is also good. 3.4 seconds to go. Osseo will take a timeout. They don't want to set their defense here.
No, but it gives Armstrong a chance to design a play. Interesting timeout by Coach Moen. You know, but these are the kind of end-of-game situations that you work on. You know, usually a lot, 5-10 minutes every practice for different game situations. You're down 3, under 5 seconds left. How do you get a good shot? And then on the flip side, really the new strategy seems to, do you foul or not? You know, do you foul a team and put them at the line? My answer, especially in this game, would probably be no, especially given how Armstrong has rebounded the basketball tonight offensively as well.
Armstrong with just 1 3-pointer tonight by Mutunda in the first half. They haven't shot many. A couple of Wolf missed one, but I don't know if they've taken more than, 3, 4?
Yeah, not very many. No, that hasn't been their game plan, and it's been an effective one. We saw in the first broadcast they missed a lot of threes tonight. They've taken it to the rim, and it's paid off. And here you just need flawless execution. You need a good pass, a catch, and of course you need to obviously hit the shot. The toughest part of this is usually the pass from the inbounds.
Reed will guard Hecht on the inbound. Gets it in for Turman. 3 seconds. A head through the hands of Mutunda. Needed to turn and shoot on. The game is over. So a tough way for Armstrong to end it, unable to get a final shot off. But what a terrific effort by the underdog Falcons tonight. But Osseo perseveres. They finally come back in the second half, and they win it by 3.
Yeah, a lot of times what you see is experience, right? You see some seniors, some playmakers, obviously for Osseo, that have been in these close games. They've won these dogfights, and they just seem like when they needed a stop, they got it. When they needed a big bucket, it certainly helps having Kiara Russell on your team too, as she knocked down a couple of big threes to give them the lead.
We'll take a break. We'll be back and hear from a couple of the winning players from Osseo in a moment. Final score 68-65 Osseo. We'll wrap it up at Osseo High School after this timeout.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
to be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Hey, going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather. Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark. We're just playing. We're just playing on trying to get you out of here.
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Seventh win in a row for Osseo tonight. They defeat Armstrong 68-65, and they stay unbeaten in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Welcome back to Osseo High School. John Jacobson joined by Minneapolis, and Kiara Russell had 31 points tonight to lead the Orioles again in scoring. And boy, a tough game from this Armstrong team tonight.
Very tough. They came in and had great intensity, and we didn't match that intensity in the first half, so we have to do a better job of getting on top of that.
You finally were able to make a final push those last several minutes to get the lead for good. What was the difference down at the end?
I was just trying to win. I hate losing. I was just trying to win. I was like, let's go, come on, pick it up. But yeah, overall, just trying to win.
What has been working for your team in the 7-game win streak?
Our intensity, definitely. We come on the court and we played great as a team. Our offense is a little shaky, but other than that, we're playing great together.
Lamia got a couple of minutes to play tonight. Ari came back. How much does it help to get to those girls back and into the rotation?
Man, it's helpful, very helpful. I love my point guard. She's always there for me. We have great chemistry together, but Lamia, she always crashes the boards and does a great job of that. So,
congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Minneapolis, 12 points off the bench tonight. It played a big role. How much fun was this game to play in? It was intense right to the end.
Yeah, it was really intense. We played together really well as a team, and we just pushed it through and we finished off.
Able to stay unbeaten in the conference, how important is that? There's still a lot of games to go, obviously, but now you're 4-0 in conference games.
Yeah, we're doing really well, but we just need to keep going and finish it off strong.
Come back with a big conference game here Thursday night against Champlain Park. What do you know about the Rebels?
They're really fast. We need to keep up with them. We played them last year before. It was kind of close, but we just need to keep going and be strong.
First-year head coach and Jen Bowen, she's obviously been on the staff, but what's been different for your team and how she either plans practices or how you're attacking an offense or playing defense or whatever?
She definitely wants us to push more, but she's not really loud. But yeah, she's really good and she's nice.
As you look into the last 6-7 weeks of the regular season, what do you guys need to keep working on to keep these wins coming and keep improving and try to win the conference?
Definitely keep working as a team and keep pushing the ball.
Mina, congratulations. Nice game tonight.
Thank you.
Mina Port and Kiara Russell and Osseo stays unbeaten in the conference. Again, they win their 7th straight game. They go to 8-2 on the season. Tough win tonight against Armstrong. Really a great game for the Falcons, one of their better games of the season, but they lose it and fall to 3-5 on the season. That'll do it for our telecast tonight. Coming up Thursday night, we will be at Champlain Park for Osseo Champlain Park boys basketball. Tune in for that one live on Channel 12 at 7 o'clock. That'll do it for our telecast tonight. For Ryan Iverson and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for watching our coverage of high school girls basketball on Channel 12.